Good morning, traders. Good morning, traders. How you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me? Let's do a quick sound test. Good morning, Vishnu. So, you know, I'm looking at the gappers, but I don't know, I woke up early. Excuse me. And I'm long Baba. Now let's see what it does. I'm really hoping this Baba to turn green. Right now it is red, and I just went long on the pre-market. I wanted to see what it does. Right now, it is curling around on my price, so I'm a little itchy at the side that I don't want to take a risk of any drop, and that's why I'm just conscious. Give me a couple of minutes to finish this trade, and then we're gonna start looking at the other gappers. Right now, I'm looking at the Baba, and my average cost is around around the same price it is right now, and it touched almost a 200 bug. I didn't took the partial. I thought it's gonna run, given a lot of positive news for this company, and lately it came too much down. Uh, but there's always the as you know, the pre-market is risky because you cannot put any stop losses. And if you see here, the reason why I went long is very flat. It's already 13% down, and I think this is the move I was expecting. Now it is moving, and I wanted to see this to touch the high of the day, or at least over 202, so I can take partial. And this may be, I guess, full day trade, I guess, because it might just run once the market gonna open. Is a beautiful results, and also it is lately it came down too much, right? So very positive news. And just give me a couple of more minutes. I'm really apologize. I wanted to finish this trade. I don't want to, distract, because this is Baba, and Baba can quickly come down in just 1 second, right? And I have a bigger size, so I don't want it to take a risk of any drop at this point. I just want to see once it's move over 200, that could be the point where I can relax a bit. But right now it is, I need to actively watch the bid and ask, and this is what I'm doing. See here, it rejected again the 200. That is I don't want to see. uh, I don't want to see that, because if it's keep doing that, it's just going to drop. And it's already made the double top to 200. If you look at the 5-minute chart, right now it is really coming down. 199.13, 199.10 is an important support, and I don't want this support to break. It's breaking now. Look at this, how quickly it is breaking. I have to stop out now. Um, if it's come, if it's break 199, I'm just gonna lose my $1, one point profit on this trade, and the potential to re-enter, because then I'm gonna do a recap, or the pre-market analysis. So I think it's looking bad now. I think it's just wanna break. Look at the 2 minutes chart right now. I think any if it's break 199, I have to stop out. And it seems to me that any time is gonna break. Uh, I don't see any buying pressure now. Again, it's rejected the VWAP. It's rejected the 200. Uh, Despite, we don't trade news. We trade the price action. And right now, uh, price action is only, I'm only in the trade is because of the pattern and also because of the support. Right now, the 199 is for me. If it's gonna break, I'm gonna stop out. Look at this, bid is just keep coming down. Ask is still 199.10. I want this ask to come down and I'm gonna close out. It might be a loser. Instead of 1 point, okay, I'll have to stop out. Instead of 1 point winner, man, I have to take the 50 cents bar loser. What a bad luck to start with. Is was 1 point winner and now it's a half 50 cents because I don't want to hold this to this level. I don't know what is going to be a next stop. Look at it, the how the bids fall. It's almost 80 cents. I stopped out around 1980. My 199 was uh, uh, my average cost, and that is the only risk you have on the pre-market that you have to manage very aggressively. And look at this, how beautiful formation it had. And I went a small size here, it is rejected. Then I added here, I took the partial. Uh, but this is just in a little bit. Then I have basically my real trade started here. And look at this now, it dropped and now it's coming back to 199. And uh, it was a beautiful formation in the 2 minutes to moving up. But look at this, it stopped all the support, but it left that support around 198. That was the, but I don't want to hold that long because it's already red. This Chinese stock is already have a negative sentiments, so you cannot you cannot risk of having that risk on the pre-market. Whatever, it just drop couple of points, right? So we'll trade later on once we move on. So okay, let's look at the gappers today. What gappers we have? Let's look at quick SPY. So if you look at the SPY yesterday was a bit bearish, came down, touched the 437 support, and now today it's again over 437 support. So now what is going to do? It's maybe an inside day, or maybe it's just going to come down again. So we need to see what market does. Uh, at this point, it is just holding that support around, and exactly the Nasdaq is also doing the same thing. And now, if you look at some of the stocks, uh, UA UA is gapping up by 5%, and but I don't know how big is the mover. If you look at the candles, candle doesn't look good on the daily chart. Very very ugly, and yeah, look at that. Which candles are very ugly. And if you look at the 5 minute chart, sideway action, no clear move, so I don't like it. Uh, Next one is the UAA. Um, so UAA at least is a nice formation. Uh, Daily is again, it seems like a similar kind of a company. Look at this, how choppy the candles are. A lot of wicks, and even the pre-market looks okay, but I don't know how good it does it trade. So let's mark the support and resistance, and we're gonna see. It's gonna be a secondary. It doesn't look really good today. There's earning for Sava as well. Sava is 6.3% up. If you look at the daily, a very ugly chart, came down strongly, and then yesterday moved up. Today is gapping up. Let's put the levels again, and this is going to be a level here, and this is going to be a level here, and this is the high and the low, and the 2 days before open price could be an important level too. Uh, so if you look at it right now, not a too much volume, only 200,000 shares, and it's just a sideway action right now. So is with sideway action, so we can park. I think so far not a single one which we like it. BP BP, look at the daily. Similar sign, kind of a stock is again so many wicks on the stock. On the 5 minute, if you look at it, it's moved up now, holding that support. I mean, I don't like it that this either. Let's look at the gapping down stocks. So gapping down stocks, we have the four stocks. Okay, let's look at one by one. I think that could be that could be it. I just want to show you the Baba. See, look at it. That we glad that we stopped out. Now look at it. It's almost 2.5 points down, and it's still possible that it comes down and then it's gonna move up later on. But right now it looks really weak. Guys, gonna really appreciate if you guys give a thumbs up. And we're gonna look at the Billy now. Billy is 6.5% down, and if you look at the daily, we know that uh, that stock came down, moved back up, then came down, moved back up, and now come back. So from the last 2 days, if you look at it, all gap downs, this gap down is bought back. Okay. So now the question, this gap down is bought back. So now, or maybe the open here and then close here, right? So now what we see here, that whether is going to hold this negative trend, because we see there is 8250 is a nice support here, right? So we need to see, because these kind of stocks which we are in the range are very hard to trade. Though it is 6% down, but it's not a clear gapping down. It is gap down close to the support, and you can see when from the pre-market action, it came to 8175 and then never made the new low. It's lower lows higher, lower lows is making. So next last low was 83.25, then 83.56, and then if you look at the high, it yet didn't make the new high, but it's trying its best to make the new high. So Billy is also going to be a little tricky to trade. We can put into a secondary list, not the clear move. Okay, it's not just like any gap and go. Next one is CLX. So CLX is gapping down by 11%. So this is coming down all the way to down 11%, which is a big number, not 4% or 5%, is just coming 11%, which is sometimes get ugly. The reason being that when stock gap too much, a lot of investors wanted to buy back these stocks to average down their losses. So now there is a support last time in the March when it traded on this price around 156. Now let's look at the 5 minute chart. It's clearly one-way ticket, just keep coming down. Volume is 400,000 shares, so could be an interesting play. So let's put this as a primary list. Is a high price stock. We need to keep an eye on this. Okay. Definitely, this is. If we can gap a little bit of a jump, and then we can do that. So average candle is around $1, so we need to be cognizant about that. Next one is CRSR. So CRSR is gapping down 6%, and this looks good. No close support here. The only support we see on 24, and here on 22. If you look at the 5 minute chart, making a clear waves come up and down, but right now it is over the VWAP and close to the new resistance. Okay. That is going to be challenging, but if you look at it now, it is losing that support, so that's nice. So it means that it's clearly coming and trending down, so that could be an interesting short for us. And I do have shares for short, so CRSR could be our primary candidate. Okay, the next one we have NTES. What is NTES? NTES is a $100 stock, and if you look at the daily, uh, it is gap down, but now it is moving back up and closing the gap. Okay, so if you look at it, only the first move was down, and then the rest of the moves are just moving up. So it may be that stock came down too much, and now it's moving back up, or maybe it's just going to move back up and then continue downward. Okay, so put this as secondary. I don't know. These kind of a stock are tricky to short. Look at the pre-market trend. Let's see if we can go a little bit more higher, come to 4%, make a nice formation, then we can short as well. So NTES is also going to be like that. So right now we have, let's look at the BABA now. Um, So Baba is right now only 1% down. Okay, clearly we see a support around 197 and then 197.82 and the resistance over 200. So if its stock move over 200, it could be a very important bullish signal for the stock to come. Okay, so you need to keep an eye. And but if it stay under $200, I think there is no reason for us to go long. We will find the short opportunity because it's it look like a week right now, but as the market opens we'll see what happens. Okay, so these are the stocks I can see on my scanner. Do you guys have anything else? Hi Andre, Louis. So let's look at the ZI. I think we already checked this UAA. Let's check the ZI. uh, so ZI is gapping up, and it's 12.94% up, and last time it's traded around this price is 64.14, is around the uh, June 2020. And if you look at the 5 minute chart right now, um, not a clean move, low volume, but it's clearly uptrending. Let's mark the support around 61 and then 60, 65, and resistance we know already 62. So we'll see that. Let's put into a secondary list ZI. And YMM was really active yesterday, but what I realized that YMM is the day it is really active, it loses it turned red next day. So look at this, very positive and then turn red. So it doesn't hold their gains. So if you look at the daily, from the any time it has a big move, after every time it's just lost, clear downtrend. It's just one spike and then so it doesn't hold their gains. So what is going to do based on the past behavior, it most likely going to do the same thing, but trend can change and we'll see that if it can hold over $12, even only if we can go and bullish if it's go over $12. So we can put that into a list YMM. All right, so just give me 1 second. So now, okay, let me check any other stocks you guys have. uh I think CRSR we checked. CRSR we checked already. Let me show you one more time. CSR looks good from our perspective, bearish, so we can find some short entries on this stock. And FIS is also having earning. I think is before market opens, it has a earning. It is right now down 1.9%, but very low volume. Look at this candles. A 150 to one, a very ugly chart. I mean, so I don't know. One, look at the very ugly candles, man. 5 minute is almost 3 point candle, so it's very hard to trade and manage risk. Uh, TGTX, excuse me, and TGTX. It's a beautiful red day yesterday. It could be a continuation day, no volume, but let's put this TGTX as secondary. Um, uh, it is right now in the low of the yesterday uh, candle, so we can keep an eye on that. Okay, so next one you have TDS. Let's quickly check TDS as well. Very low volume, breaking down. Maybe you're going to find a continuation today. EVGO, same, you might find a continuation, but there's a lot of support around this area, around the 10, so we don't know whether it's going to break that or not. All right, guys. So not too many stocks we have, and if you look at the other Chinese stock, like a Tiger, not doing much. XPAF, EV sector, 1.2% down, making a bullish pattern. Look at AMD. AMD is just making all-time highs and just moving up. Four bullish, you know, candles in a row. And 110 could be an important resistance which hold it, and we'll see if is definitely, it seems to me now extended, the given the move it is very much far from the 9 moving average and the 20, so really bearish. But if you look at it in terms of a support, 106 is a support here, um, and clearly 108.50 is a resistance. Okay, so ideally we the strong stock never gonna short on the support. Okay, you can find a entrance for the short around the resistance, which could be between the area of 108 and 108.50. Okay, so mark that level, that could be the key level, but don't short around the support, it's gonna squeeze you. Okay, this area could be an important area, and you can also look at it that 50 moving average is coming at the same level of support. So there's a double support here. So it's going to be risky for you guys to short around the 106 area. So only entry we can find on the top here. Okay. All right, guys. So if we have a good trades, then we'll do a recap. Go green. It's a new month started August. Yesterday I had a red day. Uh, Despite I had a more green trades than the red, but I think yesterday I didn't manage my risks properly. Because this was a Monday and start of the day. So first two trades, three trades, which were very positive, I went very small size, and then later on when I went came back to my regular size, it turned into be two, three losing trade, and I gave a full room, and ultimately I chopped out, and it was a red day. So hope for the best. It's a new day. I'm again starting my red day, despite I was a very beautiful 1 point winner, but I just get a little bit greedy. Uh, but I think I I was right to be greedy because it was a very nice, good bullish formation, and I was just thinking it's gonna break. But when I saw that this didn't break, I think I could have stopped out of the break even. But usually, what happened in the previous kind of a candles are you can't rely on that kind of a candles because it can and then just move up. So I sticked with the 50 cent stop loss, and originally I had a $1 stop loss, but then once it moved 1 point in, I don't want to give a 1 point room, because if it's gonna run, it's gonna run now. So look at it now, right now, it is going down. And if you look at the Baba chart right now, it is coming below the yesterday open price. So this is going to be very interesting now to see that whether what Baba does. And 196 is a key support here. Then the 194 is a support, and then 191 is a support. So we need to see what it does. Right now, it looks very weak. Okay, it looks really weak, and I'm just wondering that it could be possible like an AMD. If you recall the AMD on the earning day, it came down sharply a couple of points, and then after that it touched the support of a 90, and then there was no pullback throughout the day. So when the results are so good, like Ababa, the big companies, right, and it possible that it come down, touch the support, and then bounce back. So my suggestion is that if you want to go short at the resistance, okay, don't go short on the breakdown on the low of the days. You're gonna chop down, and yeah. And right now, look at it. It's very much away from the VWAP, so it seems like is a low volume price action, and we'll see what it does. All right. So, guys, really appreciate you have a thumbs up, spread the word, and if you wanted to join a mentoring program, trade with me live, you can come and join me. It's only 24.99 for a week. You can try. What I will do in that mentoring session, I real on a real time basis, not after the fact. I provide the analysis, what I see, why I'm entering. What's the reason of my entry? And it's a small group, so we can get a chance to talk and we chance to discuss. I discuss the all price action. It doesn't mean if something gapped up, you need to go long, and doesn't mean if something is gapping down, you need to go short. You need to see the price action, you need to find a support and resistance, and based on that, you need to trade. So this is what we do every day. And if you wanted to join that for just for the try, have a test drive, is only 24.99, and you can try for a week. All right, guys. On that note, let's good luck and go green.